Alright, this is Infinite Painter app lesson 2. We're going to learn how to use the app to sketch a simple cylinder and shade it out. So let's get started.
Alright, to draw a cylinder, first of all, let's start by drawing a cube first. Remember in our first lesson how we draw the cube. Alright, pinch it to rotate the canvas. Okay, so we have our cube. This is our cube. Okay, let's draw in the circle on top. Join the diagonals first. This diagonal and the other diagonal. And let's draw in the middle line. The middle line has to be parallel to both sides. Okay, middle line here. And now that we have got our lines drawn up, we can mark a cross where the middle line touches the side of the cube. And this half of a diagonal, let's divide it into three equal parts, and we can mark a cross here nearer to the corner. Likewise for the other diagonals. Right, then we will draw in our circle on top. Okay, we have our circle on top, and let's draw in the square below. Follow the same method. And we have our circle below. We join up both circles to form a cylinder. Next, let us just erase away the lines that we don't want. Okay, just lightly erase them away using the eraser tool. Okay, this will be a full hard erase. Okay, so I can do it this way. And we'll erase the lines inside also. And this line, because we don't want it to be seen. And next, let's use a soft eraser to erase away the cross. Alright, next we want to learn how to shade this cylinder. So let's start off by adding a new layer for shading. Alright, we want to make sure that we get it right. Assuming that our light source is coming from here, alright, this area will be the most lightly shaded. Okay, so let's start. I will turn around, rotate my canvas so that I'm shading in the horizontal direction, and I'll cover the whole height of the cylinder. Right, because we're shading on a separate layer, so I can do my shading even out of the height. That's okay. You just give it a light layer first, light layer of shade. Right, do the same for the other side. Leave the arrow pointed part empty because there is a brighter spot. Okay, next I'll add in one more layer of shade to cover just near to where the shading ends just now. So I have a separate layer. I have two layers of shade right now. Not very obvious. Okay, we don't want to have a very obvious two layers, right? Just make a nice transition. All right, then I'll add in one more layer. You could just add in layers by layers. All right, stop where every time you just stop further and further away from the light source. Okay, we're done with this side. We can go on to the other side. And after that, I will just use a hard eraser tool to just erase away the part that is protruding out. Okay, hard eraser. And we got a surface shaded. Now we want to shade the top area. Let me add in a new layer. And we can start shading our new top surface. I'll slant it at another angle. Now this is where the light source ends. So I'll leave the center part unshaded and I can start shading now. Once you're done, just erase away those parts that is protruding out. Undo. Okay. And there we are. We have our cube shaded. Next, we want to shade in the shadows. Right, for the shadows, I will just give it a light shade at the back. Add in another layer first. Give it a light shade at the back in the horizontal direction. Alright, then I will add in layers by layers. Darker. One more layer. Another layer. Another layer. Just slowly add in layer by layers. Finally, let's clean up our shadow. Last step, just use pencil tool and highlight the outlines of the cylinder again. Okay, there we are. We have our cylinder.